This image and the ensuing controversy that has followed on social media continues to polarize opinion even now. Harbhajan Singh, Gautam Gambhir, surprisingly both of them, they backed Pakistan in this. They are saying that Pakistan were robbed because if you look at it in the naked eye, Tabrez Shamsi looked out. And that's why this whole concept of umpire's call that has come within the DRS setup has once again come into criticism. Now, you have to understand where India and Pakistan, they may be divided, but there is one particular thing where they can come together, and that is in the umpire's call and the DRS bit. You all would remember that Virat Kohli went on a rant after Newlands when he said that the umpire's call, the DRS is very confusing. And it had to happen because decisions went against them even in Newlands. Here, this one decision went against Pakistan, and that's why it was one of the key factors that saw them lose by 1 wicket. But yet again, this issue in cricket is about human versus technology. Who comes out on top? Who should be kept aside? Now remember, technology is never 100%. You cannot have the bullheaded attitude of the BCCI that they had at the start of the earlier decade when they said we want 100% technology. The BCCI are not scientists. They are just a cricket board. They must understand that, okay, this is the situation that is there. Now, in defense to the umpires today, why is the umpire's call necessary? I will explain to you. And predominantly in this video, you will come to figure out how Hawkeye works. So, before I get into the nitty-gritties of how Hawkeye works and what is the technological aspect, the one problem by which you need a human element. So, a bit of a backdrop on that. Haris Rauf, he was bowling and he got an LBW appeal which was turned down. They reviewed it, but it just was clipping the leg stump, and that is why Haris Rauf, the umpire's call came. He just couldn't believe it. Pakistan lost by 1 wicket to South Africa, and now their campaign is on the edge. They'll have to win the remaining 3. If they lose one more, they are out. But even if you look at the naked eye, because from 2D you are converting into 3D, there might be an error. And that's why Haris Rauf, if you look at it, he was bowling from wide of the crease. That is why even on the naked eye, umpire Alex Swaff may have done the right thing. But in order to understand this contentious umpire's call, you will have to understand the finer margins of technology. Now, basic, simple, why did you have to introduce the umpire's call when it came to cricket? So, exactly what is the existing umpire's call rule in cricket? As per the existing rule, 50% of the ball should be hitting at least one of the 3 stumps of middle leg. In the case of middle, top of the stump. Top of the stumps, side of the stumps, more than 50% of them should be hitting at least one of the 3 stumps for the batter to be adjudged LBW on review, in case an umpire's not out call has been challenged. So, essentially more than 50%, 50.1% should hit the stumps, then and only then the decision can be overturned. However, earlier umpire's call, you would lose the DRS. Now, you don't lose the DRS review. So, that is one change which was unfair at that point in time. Now, they have corrected it. But why did you have to get the umpire's call? Because of technology and because of the way Hawkeye functions. Technology is not 100%. Human judgment is often relied on. Players, commentators have called it confusing. But all of them will have to understand the workings of Hawkeye. So, how does Hawkeye work? Before the start of the game, ground dimensions, pitch, everything is all fed into the computer. There are 6 different cameras from where Hawkeye can collect the data. Now, when the play is going on, live feed of the play, they are relayed to the Hawkeye system. and it happens in real time. There is no lag. That is why you see whenever they go into the DRS, already images are present. Computer provides a 3D image of the cricket ball and its trajectory from the point it leaves the bowler's hand. Now remember, umpire is watching it in a 2D setup, but the computer is giving it in a 3D setup. You can understand where I am coming from, because remember, TV is a two-dimensional thing. Computers and graphics are all three-dimensional. So there will be an error. And what is the nature of the error? This number, always remember this number, is the prime reason why Hawkeye has gotten the umpire's call bit here. Hawkeye is not 100% accurate. There is a 3.6 millimeter margin of error when it comes to the tracking accuracy, landing and onward trajectory. Millimeters, 3.6. In the case of Haris Rauf, it fitted that rule. 3.6 millimeter margin of error, and that is why you need the umpire's call, because he is watching it real time. It's not 2D, 3D, it doesn't go through machine filters, and that's why what he sees at that time, that is the human judgment error. Remember, technology can very well take up all your resources, but it cannot match up to the human judgment. In some cases, you have to take it on the chin and move on. The problem with India and or Pakistan is that they never take it on the chin and they move on very, very begrudgingly. So, always remember this particular aspect, that umpire's call in cricket, especially when it comes to the DRS, it is necessary because of the 3.6 millimeter error rule. 100% Hawkeye is never accurate, and current ball tracking is also prone to errors. Look at what happened in Newlands. In that test match between India and South Africa, the ball seemed to be bouncing over. Erasmus was completely confirmed. It says it's impossible that it could have happened. Remember, computers are not, they're not operated automatically. It's operated by humans. So, whatever is the 3D data that has been sent, you're watching it in a 2D space. That is why it can create, yet again, that term which is very, very misused and misunderstood a lot of times, a parallax error. Judgment can be viewed in that sense, which is why 3.6 millimeters, you can look at it. To the naked eye, it looked like it would be just clipping. The umpire thought, Alex Warf was thinking, because Haris Rauf moved wide of the crease, it could have gone down leg, but it was only clipping. Now, in this case, you cannot fault Alex Warf, because he actually made the right decision. Yes, everybody would be then asking, oh, if it was India, you'd be seeing a different tune. No. Even in the case of India, they have to move on. Everybody was universally condemning India for their behavior in Newlands. It was disgraceful. You could not have accused the host broadcasters of that kind of a situation. Even in Pakistan, luckily, they haven't made this an issue. Only the fans have made it an issue, as they always will. So, the 3.6 millimeter margin of error, that is the main reason why you need umpire's call in the DRS. Thank you so much, folks, for joining us for this live. We'll be back with more updates on sports today. Tap that bell icon so you know when we go live, and don't forget we're on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram as well. Thank you.